We're still learning a lot of details about this investigation. San Francisco police only confirming they were called here just after 3 a.m. New Year's morning. Take a look. This is video of Tommy Lee Jones' daughter.
Developing news this morning, TMZ reporting the daughter of actor Tommy Lee Jones was found inside of a San Francisco hotel on New Year's Day. Crown First Michael Thomas live outside the hotel with what you're learning, Michael.
New Year's fireworks still lit up the San Francisco sky when luxury turned into chaos at the Fairmont Hotel. Just after 2:50 a.m. on January 1st, emergency crews were called to the 14th floor of the century-old landmark, where Victoria Kafka Jones, daughter of Hollywood legend Tommy Lee Jones, was found unresponsive in the hallway. She was 34 years old. Within minutes, what had been a New Year's celebration at one of the city's most exclusive addresses became a full crime scene lockdown. Before sunrise, rumors had already begun circulating through the entertainment world. A dispatch call captured by reporters referred to the situation as Code 3 for the overdose color change, instantly fueling speculation about a possible substance-related incident. But even with these details, something about this case felt different from the typical Hollywood downfall.
A tragic start to the new year. Actor Tommy Lee Jones' 34-year-old daughter, Victoria, was reportedly found in San Francisco early this morning. That's according to TMZ. The San Francisco Police Department said an adult woman was declared at the Fairmont Hotel around 3:15 this morning. Police added a medical examiner was called to the scene to investigate, but gave no further details.
We've seen too many celebrity tragedies, but this one feels unusually vague. Officials report no trauma, no clear signs of self-harm, and no paraphernalia. Paramedics pronounced her dead at the scene, but it's still unclear how she ended up alone in a hallway outside any registered room. Witnesses told TMZ that a hotel guest first thought she had just passed out after a party and tried to help, only to realize the situation was far more serious. By 3:15 a.m., the Fairmont's polished marble floors were swarming with uniformed officers, and the hallway was cordoned off with yellow tape. The San Francisco Fire Department later confirmed a medical emergency call at 2:52 a.m., stating only that the person was declared deceased. Said no details, no timeline, no explanation. Authorities identified the victim hours later as Victoria Kafka Jones, daughter of the Academy Award-winning actor Tommy Lee Jones, known for iconic roles in The Fugitive, Lincoln, and No Country for Old Men.
San Francisco's Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has now confirmed that Victoria Jones, the daughter of actor Tommy Lee Jones, was found in the city on New Year's Day. Now, TMZ was first to report the news that Jones's body was discovered at the Fairmont Hotel around 3 a.m. yesterday after a medical emergency was reported.
The family released a brief statement through Rolling Stone and People. "We appreciate all of the kind words, thoughts, and prayers. Please respect our privacy during this difficult time." That single sentence remains the only official comment from one of Hollywood's most private families. Inside sources from San Francisco law enforcement quietly told reporters that investigators initially classified the incident as accidental, but the case is still open while toxicology results are pending, tests that could take weeks or even months. Meanwhile, contradictions keep piling up. TMZ reported that a witness claimed Victoria had been using a white powder before collapsing. First responders noted her lips and fingernails were blue, a condition paramedics call a color change, often linked to oxygen deprivation. Yet, no containers, residue, or paraphernalia were found nearby. Detectives have reviewed surveillance footage from multiple hotel cameras to track her movements that night, but officials won't confirm if she was a registered guest or visiting someone else's suite. Even the Fairmont statement, deeply saddened by an incident that occurred on January 1, reads as carefully lawyered sympathy with no real detail. It's also worth noting that the Fairmont was hosting its annual New Year's luau that night, a high-end event with hundreds of guests, live music, and strong cocktails, enough to loosen even the most cautious celebrity.
This one, because at least at the scene, what we're being told is, her clothing is on and so forth. So there's no visible signs at the scene of trauma, but once they get her to the medical examiner and they start to examine the body, they may see some signs of trauma. There may be something there that they didn't see at the scene.
Hotel insiders say the New Year's celebration went well past midnight, with smaller groups moving to private afterparties upstairs. Victoria Kafka Jones was reportedly seen around 2 a.m. with 3 or 4 companions, laughing in the lobby bar before heading toward the elevators. Less than an hour later, she was found unconscious on the floor. It's unclear whether those companions have been identified or have spoken to authorities. Adding to the uncertainty are Victoria's recent legal struggles across several California counties. In April 2025, she was arrested in Napa County for possession and being under the influence of a controlled substance. 2 months later, she faced misdemeanor domestic battery charges. Sources told the New York Post that she had been battling substance issues for some time and had been described by one officer as a problem child. Still, those close to the family say she was working to turn things around, spending more time with relatives and keeping a lower profile. Her father, Tommy Lee Jones, now 79, has not spoken publicly beyond the official family statement. His silence is understandable, but it's fueling questions. A man known for stoic control and keeping his private life distant from gossip now finds that world under close scrutiny. Old interviews have resurfaced, like a 2006 New Yorker piece where he half-joked about firing his daughter from set for refusing to wake up on time. time. What was once parental frustration now reads like eerie foreshadowing. Reporters from Page 6 and Rolling Stone have reached out to his representatives, but every response comes back to the same word: privacy.
You don't want to get ahead of yourself. This is one of these things where you before you get out there and say, and let's just say for the sake of our discussion, if you want to get out there, if they do determine that there is some suspicious circumstances behind it, and they're delving off into those things, you want to be very careful about coming out in a soundbite to inform the public.
And yet, details continue to emerge. The Fairmont, one of San Francisco's most heavily surveilled hotels, has not released a clear reconstruction of what happened that night. Law enforcement confirmed that security footage is being reviewed, but none of it has been made public. Detectives are reportedly examining key card logs, staff statements, and digital timelines from nearby cameras to piece together Victoria's movements. A retired homicide detective, speaking to Law and Crime, explained that cases like this are automatically treated as suspicious until the medical examiner provides definitive results, especially when a body is found in a hallway rather than a room. He emphasized that a lack of visible trauma doesn't rule out foul play. Hidden causes, from internal injuries to subtle asphyxiation, often only appear during an autopsy. Those results could dramatically change the current narrative, which is being framed as an unfortunate accident. What concerns investigators most is the lack of context: why she was where she was, who was with her, and what led to her being alone at that moment.
Is it only there's no signs of external trauma, right? I imagine that's why. And B, can that change? Can they say maybe there's no preliminary evidence of foul play, but that could change over the course of an investigation?
Well, there's no signs of foul play. That's a media concoction, right? I would never use that term. When I did sound bites, I would not use that term. I would go more along the lines of what you just stated, with that at this point in time, we don't have any signs of trauma on the body, but the investigation is ongoing.
No phone was found beside Victoria, no handbag logged into evidence, and there's no record of who made the first emergency call. A hotel guest reportedly alerted staff after discovering her, but their identity hasn't been confirmed. In a hotel filled with cameras, it's remarkable that no public footage showing her final moments has surfaced. Already, Hollywood speculation has far outpaced verified facts. Commentators are connecting Victoria's death to a pattern of young industry insiders who meet mysterious ends late at night in luxury hotels, often followed by official statements that feel polished before the facts are fully known. Some whispers hint at ritualistic or symbolic undertones. Wild as they sound, they persist because the official narrative leaves so many blanks. When the daughter of a famous actor collapses in a luxury hotel on New Year's Day, while the industry elite celebrate nearby, even simple explanations start to feel staged. Every report adds another strange layer: missing companions, the spotless hallway, the precisely timed emergency dispatch. The picture refuses to settle. Police say they're waiting on lab results, the hotel claims full cooperation, and the family asks for silence, but in Hollywood, silence only fuels curiosity. New threads are also emerging. Insiders say detectives are reviewing hotel security footage from not just that night, but the days prior, tracking Victoria's movements before the incident. She reportedly checked in under a name that wasn't hers, raising questions about who helped her and why a luxury hotel would allow it. If true, it suggests intervention by someone higher up, turning a tragic event into something strategic. The Fairmont's guest registry that night included powerful entertainment executives, streaming network figures, and at least one political fundraiser known for hosting discreet celebrity events. With that kind of company around, the stakes of what happened in that hallway and who knew what are only getting higher. That's
really going to be important here, because the only odd thing about this particular case is that this young woman is by herself now, and I think I read that, or another guest, it doesn't say that they're associated with her, found her, and so that's the first question in my mind: is who found her? Do they have any, relationship with her?
The overlap might be coincidence, but it fits a pattern we've seen before: industry figures quietly gathering in private spaces on nights when reputations are on the line. A source close to a San Francisco hotel employee said security was unusually tight that week, with certain cameras temporarily disabled for maintenance just hours before the emergency call. In a city known for tech and surveillance, that kind of timing feels far from ordinary. What happened after the call is just as strange. Police sources told local outlets that the Fairmont's top floor was immediately cleared of guests. No official reason was given, but multiple guests reported being told to stay in their rooms while investigators secured the scene. The hallway where Victoria was found connects two suites, often reserved for high-profile guests who request extra privacy. Both rooms were locked when officers arrived, but neither was occupied by the person who originally booked. One of those names reportedly matched a well-known producer who flew to Los Angeles that same morning. He has not commented publicly. It's also notable how quickly the official story began to solidify. Within hours, the same phrasing appeared in every outlet: no sign of foul play. The rapid consensus raises more questions than it answers.
Tell you, I would think in a particular event like this, where you have, at least on the onset, I would categorize it as a suspicious. There's no way to explain. There's no Apparently there are no signs of trauma on the body that we can see. I think at HPD anyway, we would send a pair out.
It's a line that explains little while erasing more. A retired detective told Law and Crime, admitting he'd never used the phrase himself, calling it a media invention. He explained how a seemingly natural passing can still hide invisible harm, small marks, internal injuries, traces only a medical examiner can detect. That's what makes the weeks of silence so loud. Toxicology takes time, but it shouldn't take this much silence just to admit uncertainty. Behind the scenes, whispers of symbolism have begun circulating among those who track celebrity patterns. The combination of New Year's timing, a luxury setting, and an unexplained collapse recalls too many other Hollywood-linked incidents, offspring of actors or executives who died under vague circumstances in high-end hotels across Los Angeles, New York, and abroad. Always alone, always after a party, always labeled accidental before autopsy results. Some say it's the cruel rhythm of fame and pressure. Others suggest timing and setting matter as much as the person, even hinting at ritualistic undertones. Theories sound outrageous until the coincidences start adding up. The Fairmont wasn't just any hotel. It has hosted countless film festival galas and charity auctions, its ornate ballroom doubling as a movie set. The name carries a reputation for discretion. One former security contractor claims the hotel has a standing protocol for sensitive guests, including unlocked entrances and internal cleaning crews that bypass electronic records. If true, it means someone could enter and exit that floor without leaving the usual footprint. Combine that with the temporary camera outage, and the blank spaces multiply. Insiders close to the Jones family describe their mood as devastated but guarded. They've weathered press storms before, but this one cuts differently. Sources say Tommy Lee Jones has withdrawn completely, staying at his Texas ranch and refusing calls. A longtime friend told reporters he doesn't want this turned into a spectacle, yet the silence is feeding exactly that. When the famous retreat, speculation rushes in, and speculation thrives at the crossroads of celebrity, wealth, and secrecy. Authorities are also moving quietly. Detectives have reportedly requested access to Victoria's digital history messages, calls, and location data from the hours leading up to that night, trying to piece together a timeline that, for now, remains full of blanks.
I also have seen some reports claiming that it could have been an accidental overdose, but there are some instances in 2025 where she had been arrested and there were substances involved and there had been just some recent trouble in her life, it seems. But I say there's no way this is coincidence.
A tech insider familiar with the subpoena says the timeline around Victoria's death doesn't add up. Her phone's last signal pinged several blocks from the hotel at 1:47 a.m., nearly an hour before she was found. If accurate, it could mean someone else moved or carried the device. It's also possible the signal just bounced, but investigators aren't ruling out tampering. The missing phone, the alias check-in, and the timing gaps all leave questions. There's also a Hollywood undercurrent that official reports never mention. Over the years, whispers have circulated about private gatherings that mix entertainment, money, and sometimes ritual or symbolic behavior. Some insiders believe fame isn't just earned, it's negotiated. Victoria's middle name, Kafka, has fueled online theories that she was born into that elite world but never fully adapted to its rules. Those claims aren't verified, but they've spread quickly, showing how fast the internet treats symbolism as evidence when a famous family is involved. An insider who worked with Tommy Lee Jones on a film said he was superstitious about energy on set, often having certain symbols or rituals removed. Whether that matters or not, it hints that the family may have been aware of some of the darker folklore circulating in Hollywood, a world where success and loss can feel connected by invisible threads. As of this week, police-confirmed lab results are still pending, and the Fairmont says it is cooperating fully. Every public statement repeats that no foul play is suspected, but that phrase, repeated so often, has become its own kind of codey way to close the door before anyone can ask what's really behind it. Even the words in the family statement raise eyebrows. It was signed, the family of Victoria Kafka Jones, not by name, not individually. That's unusual for a grief message. It feels deliberate, crafted, almost corporate. Someone is clearly managing the story carefully. Hollywood has done this before, turning unpredictable reality into scripted narrative. Chaos happens, silence follows, and soon a new project or distraction pulls attention away. But not everyone moves on. Detectives reportedly haven't closed the case. They're waiting on keycard data from the hotel's electronic locks and DNA results from a glass found near the body. Those details may explain what happened, or they may show that what the public sees is only what's allowed. Step back, and a troubling pattern emerges. A young heir to fame, a night of celebration, a sudden collapse, a sealed report, and then nothing. Names change, but the choreography repeats. It's as if the city's hotels are stages, and someone keeps directing the same final act. The darker corners of the internet are drawing links between Victoria's passing and other high-profile incidents. Some speculate about a wider cleanup in the industry, quietly removing those who stray from the expected path. Others note the New Year's timing as symbolic, a reminder of renewal through loss, a motif tied to long-standing industry myths. None of this is proven, but it persists because the official story is thin, polished, and safe. And the questions remain. Who was celebrating with her that night, and why haven't they been identified? Why were certain security cameras offline? Why did her phone stop transmitting nearly an hour before she was found? And in an age of endless transparency, why do the most famous names often meet the least clear endings?
We say it like that, and can that change? And to be clear, we don't, it could very well be that, right? It could very well be that this is that is not under other kind of suspicious circumstances, that someone else was involved. There could be multiple reasons, but can that change? What would lead to a change like that? How should we be thinking about it?
that's going to be as a result of the investigation, right?
It could have been a tragic accident, the kind that happens every day to people whose names never make the news. Or it could be another chapter in a long-running Hollywood pattern, one shaped to protect reputations and preserve myths. We can't say which is true, but the silence itself is telling. Whatever happened in that hallway is no longer just about one woman. It has become part of the darker folklore of fame, where power, secrecy, and loss often overlap. As the investigation moves slowly forward, the real question may not be who was the rebut, but who benefits from the version of events we're being given. That's the question left hanging: coincidence, or something the industry doesn't want exposed?